Remember to click subscribe and notification button for more Appa's video.
Cooking Appa.
Hi, this is Cooking Appa. Today Appa is going to make a tofu puff curry. Tofu pork. Normally that's how I normally call it. English should be called tofu puff. P-U-F-F, I think. So tofu puff. It is one kind of fried tofu, which is actually looks like this. It looks like a sponge. So you can imagine once this is cooked in the curry broth, later it's going to soak up all the beautiful, nice curry like a sponge. So you can imagine how nice this is going to taste. I wanted to make this right after I watched a video from my friend, a YouTuber friend Hock Chai in Penang, where he actually went to this chap fan store, which their signature dish is actually the curry tofu puff. So I'm going to reproduce it myself since I'm not going to Penang recently. So now, in order to make a curry, actually many people doesn't realize that they actually need a nice broth. The foundation of the curry itself is a nice broth, and from this nice broth give you putting and then added in with the curry powder's flavor, it becomes a curry. Now I always like to drench my rice with the curry's broth, or sometimes I even drink the curry broth. So usually my curry is more on the watery side, where I can actually drink it like any soup. So let's look at what are the tips that we can actually create a drinkable curry soup. Here I'll be using few things to really make that particular broth here. We don't have any meat here, but I have 1 big tablespoon of coarsely chopped, this is the dried shrimp. Okay, dried shrimp. This will give you some seafoody flavor. And also, this is optional. If you have it, it's good. You can get this from usually from the wet market. Sometimes you can find it, or you can get it from the herbal shop. I got it from the herbal shop. This is actually the dried lala. Dried lala, which will gives you the very nice seafoody flavor. Actually, Malaysian curry laksa. Malaysian curry laksa, those you find it very, very tasty. Is the broth actually contains lala. So this is going to help and very important. So, but of course, if you can't find it, you can use fresh ones. If you can't find it, use a dried one like this. If you still can't find it, never mind. Just use the dried shrimp will do. And the next thing, of course, is the diluted coconut milk. So these three things actually will gives you a very nice broth itself. So after that, of course, I have some tofu puff here. I cut it into half so that it can actually absorb the curry broth better. Then let's look at the ingredient required for making the curry. Here I have about 1 tablespoon of chopped shallot, chopped garlic, chopped ginger, red chili, optional. This is fresh coriander roots, and this is bruised lemongrass, some curry leaves, some chopped tomato, and this is what gives you the curry. The curry. Actually, in India, there's no such thing as curry powder. Curry powder is a mixture between different kinds of powders. So the most basic powder to make a curry powder is 2 ratio. This is actually 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of red chili powder, 1 tablespoon of turmeric powder, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, 2-1-1. These three itself will combine together, will give you what we call curry powder. Then this is something extra to enhance the flavor. This is actually the normal ready mix curry powder for the meat, or you can use the one from fish curry also. So this is optional, but these three will give you curry. And we need some hot water as well. Alright, so let's start with giving some oil. This dish, you need quite a bit of oil to start with, especially when you put in the curry powder later. The powder is going to soak up all your oil. So but the first thing first, before the curry, before the fresh herbs, we are going to pan fry the dried shrimp. to bring out the nice fragrance. This step is actually quite important. Sometimes I will forget it. But it won't take very long, just probably a minute or a minute or so, or less than 1 minute. Ah, fragrant. Very fragrant. Right, the next thing we do is to put in the fresh herbs. I'm going to saute this for a minute or two before we continue. We will come back shortly. This is after a minute plus. Very fragrant right now. I'm going to add in the tomato puree. After adding in the tomato puree, I'm going to tune down the fire to medium low or even low. Why? Because I am going to add in the powders. Yeah. Be very careful. You don't want to burn your curry powders. So always tune down the fire to low. Maybe low is the safest. And don't overdo the amount of your powders. Yeah. Actually, this is already considered quite a lot. If necessary, I may actually remove some of it later to keep it for next time. You can see from here immediately the powders soak out all the oil. And if you find it too dry, the next thing you will do is to add in more oil. Easily another 2-3 tablespoons to continue. So what you do next is to continue stirring like this and until the oil started to break. So this will take you a couple of minutes at least. Saute this nicely to really bring out the nice fragrance of your curry paste. So we already have made some really nice curry paste here. You can give it a bit of salt right now, up to you. Sometimes I will, especially when you have added some big onion, where the salt is going to melt the big onion easily. Soften the big onion easier, faster. Continue do this until the oil started to break in a couple of minutes time. Keep on stirring. We will come back shortly. So this is after about several minutes later. You started to see the oil started to break. Yeah, that is a sign telling you your curry paste is ready. And now we can actually add in the hot water. Right. You can now raise the fire. I'm putting in the diluted coconut milk. This is the soak lala. Adding in a bit of curry leaves first. The other curry leaves I'll leave it to the later. Let me clear my kitchen top for a while. Oops. Immediately you're looking at some very beautiful curry broth. I'm going to season this curry broth now with some salt. Be careful with the salt right now because the dried shrimp is already salted. That is already quite salty. So some salt and some sugar. Right? You can still adjust, use salt and sugar to adjust to taste right before serving. So don't worry, yeah? Ooh, look at our curry broth, so beautiful. and try to scrape the bottom a bit. Right. The taupok, tofu pork. I can press the tofu pork a bit so that it can actually soak out even more broth. Okay, it is boiling right now, so I'm going to close the lid and tune down to medium low to let it cook for about 10 minutes. Then, done. Right, this is after about 8-9 minutes simmering under medium low heat. Super fragrant right now. The curry is definitely ready. Now we just need to do some final seasoning. I'm going to add in a little bit of my favorite fish sauce. Up to you, yeah. This is my personal favorite to give it some umami flavor. Now, many people always ask Appa, what is the ingredient that you use? What are the sauces? Where do I get it? I'll put all this information in the description box, yeah, especially in the Facebook. Right, so let's just do some final, let me taste it. Very nice. Just going to give it a bit more salt. And done. I'm going to dish it out. Alright, I have garnished it with some curry leaf on top. I hope you like my video. If you like my video, do share my video on your Facebook to your friends. Come to Cooking Appa Facebook fan page to click like and follow button. Follow Appa on Instagram and subscribe to Cooking Appa YouTube channel. Very simple, very flavorful. Enjoy your dinner with your family. Bye bye.